The consequences of compromise. Believers today, because of hardships, problems, we like to compromise, and sometimes we think that there is no consequence at all. And this is the big deception from the devil. Because when the devil cannot defeat you in confrontation, in a war, for him to have an apparent at the end or a foothold in your life, he'll offer you to compromise. And this started with Jesus Christ's temptation, because Jesus Christ is our role model. He's the figure that we follow, we go after. As God and a human being, he was successful in all. He never failed. He's infallible. Therefore, he confronted the devil. And we can see how he confronted him and how he defeated him. At the end, you can see how the devil offered after the first temptation. And the second one, you can see how now he offered a compromise. Just worship me and I will. There was a reward. Devil was above the kingdom of the earth because he took power from Adam. He used the same technique to cause Adam to fall. He went to Eve, and Eve offered a compromise to Adam because he did not know how to confront Adam directly and convince him, because we know Adam was alone. It does not mean the devil never knew that Adam was there already. He knew. Where could he start? Adam was faithful to God, obedient to God, following all the rules. And he came earlier, while also Adam is teaching his wife. And I can see that Eve was not really mature yet. And devil introduced to him things she could not handle. And she offered to her husband, who also, because he wanted to be soft and kind to his wife, because Adam was lonely and alone. So you can see how sometimes when God has answered you, while you are partying, the devil can come also when you are partying. So we have to be aware of that. While you are celebrating, beware. Let your self-control mechanism works permanently as an alarm and alert system. Because Adam was in party. God has brought a companion. He was alone, working, not having one to talk to. Yes, animals were there, but animals are not human beings. And God was very good to him. This moment, the enemy came in and used Eve, and Adam compromised. Because we always say the sin of Adam. We never said about Eve. So he came with the same technique to Jesus Christ to say, I'll offer you the whole world if you bow. Now, if Jesus would have bowed, so the redemption plan will be dead. Devil played big. So there are consequences in compromise. Once you compromise, you allow two systems to live together, and expecting that these two kingdom systems work together. These systems don't work together. One expels the other one, or one will rule over the other one. One will become ineffective. It's exactly that. And once the devil has a foothold in your life, in your house, in your relationship, you will start biting bit by bit like a rat. You know, a rat cannot eat a lot, but he can come every day and bite a bit of here and there, a bit, until he completely destroys everything. And you can be disappointed one day. You want to use your appliances and you find that the cables have been eaten, or the cockroaches or other creeping insects. They bite away. It's very important. They can leave the old structures, but they bite away. It's very important. They bite at the core. And devil can be successful to dismantle you when he offers you a compromise. You bite on it, thinking that is something small. At the end, you will face severe consequences. Godly system and ungodly system don't agree. These kingdoms don't agree. They fight for rulership. God will fight to have dominion. Devil will fight to have dominion. You are the deciding factor. If you offer God 10% of your life, your soul to rule, don't expect to have godly results because 90% will be under the rulership of devil system, the worldly system. That's why the Bible says in Romans 12, verse 2, do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, so that you may know what is good, acceptable, and perfect will of God. So you can never know the three levels of the will of God unless you refuse to conform. If you refuse to conform, it means you refuse to compromise. And if you refuse to compromise, then you have a guarantee that the godly system will rule over your life, over your house, over everything. So before you start anything, make sure that godly system is settled, and then you can expect also to have the power of God to rule with you and to work for you, because the system that is planted and settled is a godly. God cannot build on devil foundation. It does not work. He will demolish first and build on his own. So beware of the consequences of compromise.